What's up, everyone? This is FPSticks bringing you some more Timeless Cup practice here. This is going to be two sets. The first one is up against my friend Raul, known as License to Draw. You can see our teams up on the screen there. So here is a Muck. Muck has been giving my team a lot of trouble. The fact that it has access to Thunder Punch really threatens my Charizard, as well as my Lapras, and the poison jabs are going to be doing super effective damage to my victory belt. Actually only neutral damage, but still is a decent check to that. So I'm having to commit shields here because this Thunder Punch is going to hurt super bad. He ends up taking both my shields. I go for the Blast Burn here. Should have tried to bait with Dragon Claw because since I shielded twice, that encourages him to shield twice as well. I switch in my victory belt because I want to keep my Charizard alive. And I know that most likely this Muck is not carrying heavy hitting poison moves, but he gets an acid spray off, which feels so bad because I'm getting absolutely shredded by that Dragon Breath from Dragonair. I throw the Leaf Blade here. It is resisted. So I do have that Lapras, which is going to be a good counter to this Dragonair. End up bringing it in. He goes straight for the Aqua Tail, probably thinking that I would bring in my Charizard again, but I'm able to catch that, which is good for me. He still has that Muck, which is going to be doing super effective damage with those Thunder Punches against both my Charizard and my Lapras. And there's Obama Snow, which is a good check to Lapras, so this is not looking good at all. I'm able to get to this Skull Bash just barely. Surf would be resisted. And then Charizard's able to come in and farm this down, but I don't have enough energy right now to get to a Dragon Claw. It's going to be very close. Barely able to get to that. So I end up taking this first game, but that Muck went to town, man. And he got the Acid Spray off. I feel like most people are going to be running Thunder Punch and Dark Pulse as the charge moves on Muck. So that Acid Spray definitely caught me by surprise and caused my victory bell to just get melted by those Dragon Breaths. It was insane. Still rolling with Ice Fang Drapion in this team of 6, but I believe later in the video I switch that thing out. End up bringing it in this line of 3, so we'll see how this plays out. There's the Muck lead again, because if you look at my team, nothing really like hard counters Muck, so this is a very safe lead for him. This time, I do not make the same mistake. I go for the Dragon Claw first, but he lets it go through. I cannot let a Thunder Punch go through. That would not be good for me at all. He he shield baits me with the Acid Spray. It's so bad. And then I switch in my Drapion here. This was a stupid play on me because look, this is going to get Acid Sprayed too. So Muck just threw that purple jelly all over my team, and now I got 2 Pokemon that are weakened. Not looking good at all. And I'm down a shield. Not a good start. There is Kingdra. But since my defense has been lowered from Acid Spray, these Dragon Breaths are just absolutely shredding. I go straight for the Crunch, and it goes through, which is good. Able to barely get to this Aqua Tail as well. I know I'm going to be going down really quickly. Aqua Tail is doubly resisted, so he lets that go through. Still got my Charizard, but his defense is lowered, and I have a victory belt. But I know he still has that Muck. No, the Muck's already taken out, my bad. So here's Dragonair. These Razor Leafs are resisted. This Leaf Blade is going to be resisted. But I do draw the shield there. He still has another shield, and my defense is lowered, so I obviously have to shield this. It's going to be an Aqua Tail. Going to try to get to this Dragon Claw, but he still has a shield. And I highly doubt that I'm going to be able to get to a second Dragon Claw with how fast these Dragon Breaths are melting me. So we will see. No way. He goes straight for the Aqua Tail. Smart move. And my Victory Bell is just going to get wrecked by that Dragonair. So, Muck, I need to I need to bring in something that keeps that Muck in check. He's also rocking what I'm assuming is a Legacy Politoed there. And that Abomasnow is such a hard check to my Lapras as well. He's rolling with double ice types here. Frostlass and Abomasnow, but Abomasnow is running Razor Leaf. So this is a positive matchup for me. I'm going to resist the Surfs so he gets out of there. Brings in his own Dragonair. I end up staying in here, which I think is a mistake. I'm going to have to use a shield here if I want to win this matchup. I could have brought in Kingdra, which I do end up doing right there, but I'm down a shield. And when your opponent has more shields than you, Kingdra is not the best choice. It's going to take forever to get to those outrages. There's the Muck. Oh, the freaking Muck. Look at this Thunder Punch. Going to be neutral, but does a decent amount. Again, Kingdra is definitely not bulky at all. This outrage is definitely going to draw a shield. He's able to fast move, farm me down, which never feels good. So I know this thing has energy, but I know my Dragonair has energy. I'm able to get to this Aqua Tail. Let's see if I get the last shield. I do, because he has so much energy built up now. And I have my Victory Bell in the back. This is not looking good. If this is a Thunder Punch, I'm going to be resisted, but it's Acid Spray, so a very smart play on his part. And he's able to get to another charge move. I let this go through, but my defense is weakened, and that is not good. I still have a shield. I have enough energy to get to this Leaf Blade. But look at this. It does not one-shot a Politoed, and his Mudshot damage, because I'm weakened, takes me out. So, taking some brutal losses in this video, but again, the more you lose, the more you learn. So these are good battles for me to kind of learn some of these new matchups here. Really been enjoying the Timeless Cup. I love that there's so many different Pokemon that you can bring in that are all useful in this cup. So Dragonair, Victory Bell, and Drapion. Let's see how this does. Looking at his team, I don't know why I keep bringing in Victory Bell. Just stupid team picking on my part. It only has a good matchup against that Politoed. So should have recognized that a little bit sooner, but I was playing these practice matches while I'm like watching TV, not super highly focused, and just getting some practice in and making stupid decisions. I end up winning that match barely. My Dragonair's PvP IVs, not good at all. In most scenarios, I lose the mirror match. But in that one, I got lucky. Ice Fang Drapion. These Ice Fangs are resisted from this Blaziken, and these counters are doing neutral damage. That Blaze Kick would do so much damage. But I know I can get to this Aqua Tail, which is really good. But his fast moves are doing neutral damage, and Blaziken is very brutal in its attack stats. So at this point, I just let it go. I probably should have committed that second shield because Victory Bell does not have a good matchup. Even though I'm resisting those counters, Blaze Kick would one-shot me. Have to commit my shield here. And because he still has a shield, this is not looking good at all. What does he have in the back? It is the freaking Muck. So really not good. I go for the Acid Spray to at least weaken the defense a little bit, so this Razor Leaf damage will do a little bit more. And I get the shield. But there is no point. That is going to be a definite loss right there. So, Muck. Freaking Muck, man. Does so well. Good games there, Raul. You kicked my butt. Made me learn stuff, which is good. This next set is against my friend Kyle, known as Foo Snail. You can see our teams up there. Now, at this point, I switched out Ice Fang Drapion for Venomoth just to have a little bit of protection against those poison users because they gave me a lot of problems as we saw in that previous set. Lapras mirror match. With these, there's really no point in trying to bait. Just go straight Skull Bash, try to get the defense boost before your opponent. But these Lapras mirror matches are about as interesting as the Umbreon mirror matches in the Ferocious Cup. They take forever, and it's kind of just ridiculous. I do end up shielding that because he let my Skull Bash go through. So I'm charging up to another Skull Bash. I'm assuming this is going to be a Surf. Yes, because I was not at my Skull Bash, so I was assuming it was going to be a Surf. He is in Surf range at this point, so I just go for the Surf, but I have a lot of energy built up in my Lapras here. He brings in Venusaur. I go straight for the Skull Bash. If this goes through, it's going to do a lot of damage. So I get the shield there, which is really good, but then I bring in my Charizard. Should have maybe gone for a Dragon Claw bait here, because he ends up shielding, and I gave up switch advantage. Now at this point, I do shield because it is a Sludge Bomb, so correctly guessed on my part. This Charizard has a lot of energy, and Abomasnow, Kyle's Abomasnow is running Powder Snow instead of Razor Leaf, so I should have recognized that a little bit sooner. But I'm able to take this match. I'm assuming this is a Frenzy Plant because it came pretty fast, and it is, so I'm able to survive. Get to this Dragon Claw, and it's going to take it out. Looking at his team, Charizard has a lot of really good matchups. Now that I know that his Abomasnow is running Powder Snow, honestly, it doesn't really matter. Charizard is a good check to Abomasnow, but it's going to beat Venomoth, it's going to beat Abomasnow, and it's going to beat Venusaur. So it has a lot of really good matchups. So definitely going to be bringing that in. I'm looking at his team again here, kind of just thinking about what to bring in. Going with a Lapras lead. That Abomasnow is kind of a check to Lapras, but since it's not running Razor Leaf, it's a little bit better for me, but he can still get to Energy Ball pretty fast. Now we both lead Lapras here. This is going to be a nice, long, drawn-out fight. These are the best. Again, I just go straight Skull Bash. No point in shield baiting. I want to get that defense boost as much as possible. He learned from the last match, and he shielded that first Skull Bash. I also commit a shield here. But our defense is just going to keep getting higher and higher and higher. So it's going to take longer and longer to finish out this match. I'm able to get to the Skull Bash first as well, which is good. I draw the last shield there. Now at this point, I probably should have committed my second shield, but I let this go through because I have that defense boost. I have the shield advantage now. Again, I'm going straight for the Skull Bash here. I'm definitely not in Surf range with how much my defense has been boosted. So I get it. I have a triple boosted Lapras now. And I let this go through. Ends up being the Skull Bash. So at this point, still, I am in Surf range right now. So I end up losing that mirror match because I did not commit my second shield. But I'm hoping that I can bring in my Charizard to try to fast move farm this down, which is a very bold commitment here. Nope, I actually end up going for the Dragon Claw because I'm seeing how little damage that the Fire Spin is doing against the triple boosted Lapras. I have to shield this Surf. And now I'm able to get to... I'm able to get a little bit more energy. Let's see what he has. I know Charizard has good matchups against his team. It's that Venusaur, so I farm up a little bit of energy here, and then, oh my goodness. If this is a Sludge Bomb, really bad for me. Ends up being a Frenzy Plant, thank goodness. We see MP tied here. I went straight for the Blast Burn. So I'm assuming whatever he has in the back is also weak to Charizard. Probably the Abomasnow. And it is that. Not messing around here, not trying to farm. I go straight for the Blast Burn, and this is going to one-shot this thing. Double super effective. So it takes it out there. Good game there. That Lapras mirror match took an eternity. Holy cow. Let's see what I end up bringing in for the next match. Again, against this team, my Victory Bell is going to beat his Lapras. It's going to beat the Politoed. But other than that, not a whole lot of good matchups. Let's see here. Still rolling with Double Dragon. And I do end up bringing it in on this matchup here. Victory Bell with Double Dragon. Kind of a weird team pick there. This is not a good matchup at all. So I switch into my Dragonair to just mirror. I see that he has a purified Dragonair. Man, he catches the Aqua Tail. Very good switch on his part. Makes me burn my energy. And he's most likely going to be able to just fast move farm me down with his Ice Shards. Go for the Aqua Tail again. And I do not get a shield, so he correctly predicts that. My Victory Bell is actually going to get some use here against this Lapras. We do know that he is running Skull Bash and Surf. So I do commit a shield here. Possibly a mistake. I don't think Skull Bash would one-shot a Victory Bell, but here's this Abomasnow, and it's really able to do a number on me. It's able to get to its charge move before I can get to Acid Spray. I do not commit a shield. I let all that energy go to waste. Kingdra. These Powder Snows are neutral to it, but that Outrage would absolutely one-shot it. Have to commit a shield there. He's got 2 shields, so I totally fast move farm that thing down. There's his Dragonair. This is going to be very close. I have the health advantage, but he's got energy. This is most likely a return, so this is an instance where a Purified Dragonair definitely has a better matchup here, and he is able to take me out. Kind of stupid bringing in Victory Bell on my part. Does not have a whole lot of good matchups against his team, so I should recognize that a little bit sooner. And his Purified Dragonair with that return damage does some good work. So I'm sneaking a peek at his team again. See what I end up bringing in here. Now my Venomoth would beat his Venusaur. It would be neutral with his Venomoth. And now that I think about it, it would do decent against his Abomasnow as well with that Poison Fang damage. But I did not recognize that in the moment. And we have yet another Lapras mirror match. Oh my goodness. I'm assuming these are going to be everywhere in the Timeless Cup. He goes straight for the Skull Bash, which I think is the correct play. We see MP tied on the Skull Bash, so I throw mine here. Get the shield. I was kind of getting impatient, so I just switched into Victory Bell here. There's his Dragonair. Go for the Leaf Blade. It's going to be resisted, but can I get a shield out of it? I do get a shield, so he's wanting to preserve this Dragonair and fully farm me down. Very interesting choice there, but this thing has a lot of energy now. I know it's running Aqua Tail in return. So I bring in my Lapras. Neither of its charge moves are going to be hitting me for super effective damage, and I'm already boosted with my Skull Bash that I landed. So feeling pretty comfortable to just sit in here. And now I'm trying to commit to farming this down with my Ice Shards. So I'm able to get it. I know he has his Lapras, which has been boosted. It comes back in, but it has no shields now. I'm able to get to this Skull Bash. I still have a shield. And now my Lapras is very much boosted. I'm going to let this go through. It ends up being a Skull Bash, so it takes me out. But now I know that my Charizard is going to be able to get a lot of energy off that Lapras, and I'm able to fast move farm it down successfully. There's the Obama Snow, and this thing is going to get absolutely shredded by Charizard. Blast Burn is ridiculous. So it takes it out. Very good games there, Foosnail. Again, still feeling out the teams here. Not sure if I'm liking Double Dragon that much, but we'll see. Thank you everyone for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see everyone in the next one.